Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Will Reichert has it all teed up, and we're underway from the bank. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Herbert throwing right away. Andrews with the catch. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. Another carry for him. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
First down, and they go right back to him. Down the sideline to the 45. Along this sideline inside the 25. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. Give him a full 40 on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. Working inside the red zone. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll try and punch it in. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. Give them 4 on that play. So now they've got 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Third and goal. Here's Herbert. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
And that kick is going to go out of bounds, and you know what that means. That ball is headed to the 40. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. First and 10 from the 41. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. So second down coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
He puts everything behind this one. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
McCarthy throwing on third down. Almost an opening drive interception, but that winds up on the ground, incomplete. It's going to bring up fourth down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on fourth. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Ravens will go on offense. First and 10, here's Herbert. Throw left side, complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 3 now. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Ivan Pace has got it. And the Vikings are going to have it after his second interception of the season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up second and 8. From the 34. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he finds it in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And they'll take the lead. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Harrison Smith in on the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Back to the well again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the 41. They give it to him again. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Hits his running back. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play, and that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Herbert on 1st down. Forced out to his right. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's 2nd down coming up. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! It's picked up by the Vikings, going the other way!
Hey, I get it, Kate. 3rd down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field, but unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free. Instead of facing 4th down, even better, that defense is off the field completely.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Here he is on 3rd and long. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so second down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
They'll run now on second down. Escapes a defender. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down, ball at the 36. Lone back gets the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. We've got a close one here. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at 3rd and very long. Now Herbert to throw. Completed over the middle. And they're able to touch him down, so that's going to bring up 4th down.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
He has it at the 33. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That punt ends up a 36-yard kick. And it's going to be Vikings football. First down, ball at the 36. The drive begins with Henry. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Second down now, 7 to go. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That's him on the quick hitter. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. On play action now, McCarthy. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll get it up to the 27. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
When you call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Going to the ground again on first. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Dump off caught by his back. And that's good for a gain of 5. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Throwing now, Herbert. Dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. That one's complete, right side. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Catch is made down the right sideline. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
59. It's Herbert once more. He's got it near the 8. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the 1st half of play.
Now the Ravens offense staying put. Look at this. They're going for 2. Herbert throwing again. He's on the move. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. Well, it may be stating the obvious, partner. I do that sometimes often, but tight end's such a mismatch this close in. And no surprise, they win his way for that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's one of those guys, security blanket. Whether he's designed read or not, this quarterback knows that tight end's a great outlet. Why? Because often they're bigger and they're stronger. Even if they're double teamed, there's still that chance to get that entry pass like a great post in basketball, and they know how to finish.
First and 10 now from the 30. We send a man in motion. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd and 8. Hauled in left side. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. It was Marcus Williams in on that stop.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Ryan Wright on to punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Mark that one down as a 35-yard punt in the end. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 46. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's third down now. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
And he's brought down for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens are on the move here. 3rd and just 2 to go. Herbert now off the play fake. Connects with the... He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out! But I think a Raven was able to gain possession there, so they're going to keep the football. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And that falls incomplete. That one intended for Mark Andrews. And now it's 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. To throw, Herbert dumps it off to his running back. He'll be touchdown short of the marker, so 4th down coming up. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Tucker's kick is up and good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pass is caught by Addison. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. From the 36. Complete, it's Akers. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Minnesota spends its second time out here. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to the air, McCarthy. Finds a man right side. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is. If he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. McCarthy to throw for it. He's got the ball on the sideline. Ooh, difficult play, small gain, but it counts. First down.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. And now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Intercepted, but oh, wait. Officials say that he wasn't in bounds. The offense can let out a little sigh of relief.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This from 40 on the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Henry. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here's 2nd and 7. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone.
It's complete! Oh, my! They left him wide open downfield. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings make it 17-all. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Brown with a return here. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, kid, if you want to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that carry gets him up to the 44 on a solid gain. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Another carry for him. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. To the air this time. Herbert connects with Johnson. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
They got to jump up front as long as none of their guys went early, and this is going to give them the 1st down. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. A costly penalty flag there as that turns 4th down into 1st and 10. Running it after the penalty. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Dump off caught by his back. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Has it at the 7. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And now they have a 1st and goal. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, they were hoping. They were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Herbert back to throw. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Escapes the pocket. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard, well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
This is Henry on 2nd. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That's Odafe Owe with a stop.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they're going to take over possession. They've got 1st down from the 31. Hand off to the back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. On the play fake, it's Herbert. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Handoff now from the gun. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 24. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
On third down, Herbert. Chased out to his right. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up fourth down. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. Definitely not an automatic here. This 41 yards away. Oh, and that's not going to do it. He hooked it. The kick no good. Wide left. And they are unable to double their lead.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
We give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Running once more with Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Great run here. He's across the 35. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner, stopped for just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Throw on 3rd down. He finds Johnson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They'll run for this. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a pretty clear plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate, knew exactly what he needed to get past the marker.
To the line we go. They're set 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Herbert from the gun. Escapes out to the left. Now here he goes. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Ravens make it a 9-point advantage. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
First and 10 now from the 30. McCarthy throwing here. Henry on the catch. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Well, you know this better than most, Brock. Screens normally leave some rushers to come free, but still, it's not often you get roughing the passer on one.
No, it isn't, but I think of Tom Brady. To me, not only the greatest QB sneaker in the game, but he was one of the great screen masters, too. He understood how to sell a screen, draw those defenders to him, and like QB did right there, sometimes they'll even tee off and you get the penalty.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Marcus Williams has it. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Back-to-back carries here. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. They'll run here following the penalty. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's about a 4-yard pickup, and they'll still be playing the sticks. 3rd and 11 coming up. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Yeah, this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And he doesn't put much height or distance on that one. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Herbert now. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up 4th and long. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. And he missed it. It's no good. And their lead holds steady at 10.
Kid, any way you look at it, any script you were going to write for a comeback, it started with the field goal. They had to have that right there, and they don't. So you can rip up that script. Not sure there's enough time remaining to find a way to win.
Taking a deep shot here. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Roquan Smith with the pick. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens about to move to a perfect 5-0 this season. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Give now to the running back. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal of 30 yards.
Bullock's kick is good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only 1 remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. We know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That's grabbed inside the 30. Vikings out of the hurry-up need everyone back to the line. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. And the first down pass set away by a defender, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Back to the air, McCarthy. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
With the win in hands, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real